Okay, so I'm gonna try making another video. I got me a gimbal. So here's what's going on. I started this channel in hopes of being all like, hey, this is me, this is stuff I'm going through. Unfortunately, it's been more of me just being goofy, because that's kind of what I'm comfortable at, truth be told. And I still want to go that route because, and I've said this before, a lot of people know it. I'm 49 years old, and last November, I basically started having anxiety worse. Maybe I was depressed. Maybe I've always had that in me, I guess. Because I'd take a day off work just to lay in bed, honestly. But it got worse. It got to the point where you don't want it to get to, and I took some time off work. I took 6 weeks off work, tried a couple different medicines. I tried Lexapro. I couldn't sleep, so they put me on something else. Turned around and put me back on Lexapro with Ambien at night. So now I'm on two different things. First few weeks on Lexapro, I was sold. Like, oh my God, this is the best thing. How'd I ever live with that? Like, like the whole deal. Like, this is the best, whatever. And then I started getting sleep, obviously from Ambien. But at some point, it started to wear off. And I don't know when that is. Or when it was, I apologize. But I started getting back to that, like, hey, I'm having anxiety, or hey, I might wake up tomorrow and can't get out of bed. And I know how that sounds. I am one of them people that, like, what do you mean you can't get out of bed? You just get out of bed. Or what do you mean you're depressed? Just stop being depressed, like, be grateful. I agree, but it's hard to explain to somebody what it actually means to have a mental problem or a mental issue. I've looked at, like, the number of men that kill themselves every day. I can't even hardly look at the number without, like, just feeling sad or depressed, I guess, like, because I've been there, right? And I wasn't like, hey, I'm just trying to scare you. And I don't even know if YouTube will show this, but I was there, right? So during that time, for people that don't know how that feels, I'm saying that in my head, but at the same time, I'm saying, hey, this is dumb. Like, why are you thinking like this? And I apologize for being candid. I'm a very open person. If one person sees this video and says, oh, he's right, or that helped me, or I can tell him this. The best way to describe it is when somebody is having thoughts like that, we'll just call them thoughts. It's not thoughts they want. Like, they're not rationalizing the situation. They're not. The best way to describe it is, you can't go to an Alzheimer's patient and say, stop having Alzheimer's. That's not, I know that maybe it seems a little drastic, but it's the same thing. Like, once that thought is in your head, it's in your head. Like, you can't just blink your eyes and snap your fingers and it's gone. That's not how it works. Just like when somebody's sad and somebody's like, hey, just smile and be happy. Well, okay, why didn't I do that from jump? It's not how it works. Was I naive to this up until a few months ago? 1,000%. Was I Skeptical? 1000%. Did I think if somebody followed through with a certain act, did I think it was the most selfish thing ever? Absolutely. And maybe I still do. But I'm telling you, from someone that has almost been there, all that logic and all that, the love that you have in your life and all that stuff, you know it's there, but it's not enough. Like it's not enough. I don't know how to describe it. And it's like the thing, like when somebody does go through it with it, people are like, I can't believe it. Like, really? Like, you really can't? Like, why can't you? Like, there are so many documentaries and you hear so much about it. Nothing should be shocking. Like, people just get tired, I guess. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm that way. They got me on some medicine. I do a lot. Like, honestly, journaling is the biggest thing for me. Like, has helped me out tremendously. I'm way down on my medication. I think I'm taking Prestique is what it is, like the lowest thing right now. I do know that drinking, not while I'm on Prestique, but drinking in general kind of doesn't help, one would say. But I don't know, it's kind of like I went through this and most people would be like, I'm not telling anybody because it's weak or whatever. Well, I'm not weak. Like, ask somebody that knows me. I'm not a scared person. I'm not a weak person. I don't stray away from violence. If you know what I mean, I don't run. Like, if it's fight or flight, I fight. But something happened to me that made me feel like I just need to tell other people. Like, judge me all you want to. I don't care, really. But if somebody sees this, and my big thing is like middle-aged guys like me. One could argue that I'm not middle-aged, but I'm 49. I'll be 50 next year. Like, you know, and I talked to some counselors and they're like, hey, you had all this stuff happen to you when you were younger, and it was bad stuff. Maybe it's like catching up to me, or maybe, sounds cheesy, but maybe it's like haunting me or something, or maybe I put it off. But at some point, this is where I want to get my channel. I love like electronic stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna do like reviews, but there's a lot of those. I guess if I had to have a niche or like my thing on YouTube, I just want to be a normal guy, being real, telling other guys and women like how it is, like how I feel. I'm not going to put on some facade and be like, this ain't nothing. I mean, there might be some days I take the days off and I just get on here and this is going to be like my little journal and I'm going to talk about it. And if I get 2 views, I get 2 views. If I get 10,000, whatever. But that's it. Maybe I just ramble a little bit, but that's just some of the history. I'll go into some more details in later videos, but I've always said this, I'm not a counselor, but like if there's somebody out there watching this video and you like just want to talk, or like, I don't even need to say anything. Like if you just want to vent, like if you want to hear somebody, and I'm not one of those guys like, yeah, I know, or do this or do that. I'm not going to do that. Okay. That's not what helped me. Honestly, I just needed to vent and like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. This is what's going on in my head. I'm not expecting anything. I'm just telling you because I care. And most men, unfortunately, don't do that. And they need to. Like, I don't know what this big facade of, you can't be talking about your feelings. Like, it's not true. I'm all tatted up everywhere. I look like somebody that probably wouldn't tell you, hey, I watched show last night and cried, whatever. I'm just an emotional person. So anyways, blah, blah, blah. I hope you follow my channel. If you're feeling any sort of way, whether you're a man, woman, child, I just want to try to help in some way, honestly. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like, whatever. I always post a bunch of shorts that are just being goofy, like those two. And if you hop on here and you support me, just know that I love you like I love anybody else. Seriously. In this day and age, like, respect, I feel like is kind of gone. But I'm hoping we can build a little respectful community and see what's cracking. Thank you.